Hello and welcome back to Oxygen. In our last episode, we actually found some interesting new things to do. One of those is to take this pine tree that we had gathered from one of our expeditions and put it up, and it has a huge dome radius, almost all the way to that road. I think it'll just miss these storages here, and it'll go just about to the edge of this current scavenging site, which will be gone, and, eventually. I mean, we're not pulling everything out of it right now, but it'll be gone eventually. So we have this whole area that we'll be able to protect with the dome and have much cleaner air there. There were a couple of suggestions of things to do. First of all, we need to get this done. I don't know what we are working on it. Okay, good. A couple of things of suggestions of things to do to improve the town, and some of them are a challenge to do it this phase of the game. Not that we won't or couldn't do them right now, but a challenge to do this phase of the game, and that is to optimize better use of the domes. Perhaps with the new Pine Tree Dome coming online, we can do that, but I don't want to do it at the cost of too much energy. So I'm not going to do it for these other ones right now. But one suggestion would be to remove this star that's here, for example, and put it somewhere that's not covered by a dome. And then put a small house where the star is right now. That way we actually get to take advantage of the dome for the place that gets the benefit. But one of the things that I'm not certain of, that I don't understand, is whether the people standing in the dome gazing at the star get a benefit from the dome as well, or if only the buildings get a benefit from the dome. The buildings are the only thing that shows the benefit from the dome, I think. But
I'm just a constructor.
She's here working. Is her here staring, rather, gaping? Is her oxygen tank depleting while she's standing there? Or is her gaping at that star with the oxygen tank, or with the oxygen dome around it, actually doing any good? I'm not sure. And, while we're at it, we could look at someone else who's wandering around outside of the dome. And how does their oxygen tank look?
Every accomplishment starts
with
the
depleting?
decision to try.
It sure looks like that one is. Very slowly, I think it's moving. And these folks here that are standing and staring at the thing.
Thank God we have an oxygen sensor.
I love the voices, by the way. Are not depleting, I think. So in that case, it may be that we want to actually keep the star under the dome, because the people who are gaping at it don't lose oxygen. Yeah, see, this person walked out and now it's depleting again, I think. But I'd have to actually sit here and stare at it for a while and actually make sure. So anyways, we need to unlock this faster coal production, which was in somewhere. Can I click on the thing to see? Coal faster production. Here it is. That's going to cost $250. We have it, so let's do it. And that boosts, I didn't even see what it said. 20% faster production. Which means we can turn these back on. We need to turn them back on now. And put the people in there, if we have enough, which of course we do, so we can gather the 150 coal we need in the next 2.7 days, since I spent 0.3 days gaping at people gaping at a star. Let's look at, yes, I've used gaping a lot in the last 3 minutes, but it's a fun word. So we can also continue looking at a few other things. We do have this metalworks that we don't really need right now. We built it for the case of a quest, or a task rather, so we can just chill on that for a little bit. I think I want to put like one person to work here in the canning station, just to take in the fish, although it seems as if the people don't eat the canned fish, or if they do, they eat it after everything else is gone, in which case maybe we don't want a canned fish, since we have a lot. I don't know. How many people do we have working on potatoes? 4. Good. That's giving us, again, we don't know how many potatoes per day, but actually we might be able to know. Actually, we might. Production. And not so much the canned fish, but the fish is all over the board. The thing we were missing here again is coal. But I guess since it's a different technology, it's handled differently, or a different type of resource, it's handled differently. But it's all over the board. We can kind of see, though, maybe a trend in this neighborhood. I'm not sure why it went way up and then down and then up again. Maybe it's because we've these are different events that happened. Since this is a long history, this is for 20 days. But we can also look at the potatoes, which have been fairly consistent until recently. And it looks like we're producing somewhere in the neighborhood of 44 potatoes per day. And so given that we produce about 4 potatoes every 2 hours, about there. Not exactly, but close enough. How is this going? 74% still, yeah. Let's also speed the game up. So we have 2.5 more days till the wind, which means we need to have that coal mined before then. We should be fine with that, I think. And we're going to have a ridiculous amount of energy saved up for this. We have a lot. Let's see, we're currently using 19, excuse me. And we are generating 8 and 15, which is 23. So we could actually use one more oxygen consumer if it was cheap enough. Storage is almost full again? Eh. You are, sure, but these two aren't. It's still a confusing alert to me for that reason. I suppose we should just gather some random materials, given that but again, we have so much stuff that I don't know that I need to do that. Kevlar or uniforms, we're currently producing uniforms from plastic. Are we collecting plastic someplace? Gears there. Bricks there. Yeah, that's it. I guess the next lowest thing is metal planks. We have a bunch of people, so we might as well assign them to work there, right? There they go. Again, I'm not really sure why they don't follow the roads, given that it wouldn't have been any longer. Ah, we finished the coal gathering already. So, I'll leave it on for a while, because it's not like we don't have the people. Not like we can't store the coal wherever the coal actually gets stored. I suspect it's in here, but it might be one of those magical things that's just stored infinitely. Until the wind comes, of course. Then we'll move on from that. I think we've got everything built that we had to build, that we need for now. We have 4 spaces open. We don't have a thing incoming. I think these are currently scanning. Yeah, they're currently scanning. So we don't have a destination to walk to yet. So we don't really need any more housing yet. We talked about possibly adding in another fishing dock here, but I don't think it fits. It doesn't fit. Yeah, so we're kind of stuck there with just 5 things in that pond, but we do have this pond up here too. We could probably get another maybe 4 things in. Maybe not. Maybe not 4. Oh, probably 4. We did 2 like that, and then maybe 1 over here or something. Maybe I'll squeeze 3 in there, not 4 though. Let's see. So we have that, but I don't think we need it because we still have one of these fishing docks paused here. We're only using 1 of them. Still interested to see that water is unused or not, or it's being used more, but I guess it's because we're keeping all these trees alive. Oh, we have a dome. We have a dome. We could do another water turbine, I suppose. I don't see why not. It costs a lot of stuff, but we have a lot of stuff, so let's go ahead and do the thing. Although gears are going to be a limited resource right now until we figure out how we can make more, so I don't want to use too many gears, but I think we can do another water turbine, at least just to give these 2 people something to do. And then, let's see, this is good here. We could put another research dock up. We used to have a second one. I don't see anything else we can really build. So I think it's just a matter of waiting now till we get, ooh, cemetery. Proper place to bury dead people. Until we get something else we want to purchase, or the game gives us another task to follow. Radar to reach new material deposits. Oh, okay, so that's where we get to more stuff later. And that needs Kevlar to go. But we have Kevlar in the plane, I think, in one other place at least. Gear workshop. That's how you make gears. That makes sense. Can we look at the recipe for these? No, of course not. But solar panels might also be a good idea to do up earlier rather than later down here. Ooh, fries and fish stew. That could be good too. And then tomato seeds. We can grow tomatoes at the farm, the plant house. New task. Good. Canning station says it's missing material. It's time to focus on hydro energy generation. Let's build a water turbine so we can generate energy from the river. You should keep in mind that the water turbines don't work during the frost and drought. Unlock water turbine, build one, okay, and then gather or produce gears. We should still be gathering gears, so we'll get this done in no time. We're also working on our third thing here, so it'll be a little bit more than what we need. I suppose I could restrict certain items from different storages so that we limited what was, like, for example, metal. We have 518 metal in this one. It's a ridiculous amount of metal. That's insane. 495 in that one, and then a few in this one. Like, we could restrict certain items so that we only have a few items in each so that they basically don't ever get over full. But I'm too lazy to do that kind of micromanagement, usually. But we did run out of fish, so... Oh, that's done too. Good. Let's turn this back off then, I guess. Because it seems as if they're not really eating the canned fish if there's raw fish and potatoes available. Although the only issue is they store the fish in there and then you can't get it back out again. So I think what we could do here is move some of the buildings, maybe not the houses, or not just the houses. Oh, okay, let's deal with this then first. Flame Hills, over here. Risk level is medium. Your team can only overcome low-level risks. You can unlock safety training and safety equipment from the Research Center menu to overcome expedition risks. Yeah, so we'll continue to scan, see if we can find any more low-risk sites. Until then, we can either, move around some of the houses. Maybe that's a good idea, to rearrange the houses that we have built. The biggest issue is destroying a house gives us back... Oh, here's the wind. Let's see. None of these people. Keep them going, but let's turn on the oxygen here and here. Let's also turn on the medical post with its people. And I think we need to keep these going. Let's just turn the oxygen on here. And these are covered by the dome, yes. Do we have people working here? We do. Oh, we don't need those people there anymore then. We don't need any more metal. Oops. I forgot. This will get built soon, I think. Yeah, soon. So we won't have people out there working on that. These are shut off. This will turn on the oxygen. Where are we at with that? 54 energy per hour. I think it'll be okay because we have 7,000. We have 4,000 coal. So, should be okay. At least for quite a while. So back to what I was talking about. We could move some of the houses in here, but they only give back 56, 21, and 70, while they cost 80, 30, and 100, so they're giving back 70%. Are we willing to lose 30% of our resources for each house we move? Probably. Does it matter? Probably not. We can quarry the stone. What else was it? Metal? Metal we've got ridiculous amounts of. Gears are the only issue right now. And we have gears at a lot of places that we're not gathering right now because of the wind, but we can easily go out and gather those whenever we want. So I think it's probably worth rearranging these houses, just setting up a huge residential district over here, and then maybe rearranging the stuff in these to like do the signal tower inside the dome, some of these other production buildings inside of a dome, and that way we can have you know, more healthy people. Let's do that. How does this fit as far as that goes? Not exactly the same size. Of course not. If I did these, so that goes, when the tree dome reaches a certain size, this building will be covered and not consume energy. So we could build this like that, and the dome will grow to cover that house. I think that's worth it. But then I also want to look at something out here is covered too, although outside of that mountain. It would have to be way over here, but that still is covered. So we could even have a house out there. I think that's the way we want to do this. We want to try and get as many houses as we can under this dome. So let's do one here. One here. One here. And then I think, yeah, it looks like that one will work also once we get rid of this building. And then we're just gonna, you know, turn these off once they're built. We don't need them. Or we can delete some of these once those are built. That's probably the better option. This one will pause though because it's not covered. And we have so many people who are able to work right now, so we might as well get them to work as best we can. What's with the yellow?
Don't expect too much.
Oh, that's the children. Oh, haha.
First things first.
Look, the leisure's going up quickly under observation of the star. But yeah, I don't see the oxygen tank meter going down. So I think that they don't use oxygen when looking at the star, but they would if it was outside of the dome. I think. There's no note to that effect, but I think so.
Don't expect too much.
Yeah, so they're even standing under the dome, just barely.
Rome wasn't built in a day.
Mm-hmm. So presumably these folks working, although this one's outside.
Time never comes again.
But presumably these folks working also are covered by the dome's protection too. Oh yeah, we're almost there now. That went up fast. Just a few days to go from like 74 to 98%. This is still not done. Oof. Yeah, the shelter got done first. Okay. Well then. That one I want paused, because it's going to use oxygen. These two are both good. I think I want to remove a couple of small houses now. This one. Is that all we had? Is just one left? Guess I can check here in the build menu. Yep, that was it. Okay, so I can only remove one then. Till more of these are done. Then we'll remove some of the larger houses. This one's not covered, so this is one I want to remove next. I should have probably removed that before that small one. And I might even delete some of these trees, even though they're at 100% vitality, and move them out into more open areas so that we can have a fully covered area instead of having all the spiderweb of roads and stuff like that cutting through them. I think that might be better. Oh, they finally finished the water turbine. That's good. I didn't turn these folks' oxygen on, but maybe they're close enough to the dome that they're not going to get sick. We're also running slow again. I forgot to speed the game back up again. I may have to turn them back on, or I could just kick them out of there. I could just kick them out. Let's kick them out for now, and then we'll put them back in once the storm is over with. I think that's better than spending the energy on it right now. Ah, good, good. This one here gets deleted then. And I don't know where else to start deleting. I guess here or something. I think I'll keep this dome here, just because it's kind of in a good spot. I think everyone else is covered. I mean, some of these buildings aren't, these factory buildings aren't and stuff, but we're going to deal with that. But in terms of houses, I think everything else is covered. Yeah. So let's delete this one. And then let's put... gas extractor's done too. Delete that too. Let's figure out something to put in this spot here that we can use, like one of the factory buildings or something. Possibly the tailor, or, well, I guess that's one we're using more so than other things. The metal processing, the coal, the quarry, those all have to go in those specific spots. So even putting domes where those are, and then, you know, putting other buildings around them is actually a good idea too. But I think we can move the tailor over here, or possibly the cafe. Maybe the cafe would be better to move. Although that doesn't... Oh yeah, it does. It uses oxygen. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Let's move the cafe over there. That's under community? Yeah, cafe. That fits out there perfectly too, which is not a small reason to do it. Then we'll get rid of this one and we won't use that oxygen anymore. Actually, did that say that it was under that dome? I didn't even notice. Yeah, it did. Okay, good. That would have been smart. Because these are both covered. So this would be this is a kind of a really good spot for one. Because we have the protection for the gapers, we have the canteen, the cafe, the medical post, and these two you know, basic supply buildings covered there. Now, Leighton became sick from the coal mine. Yeah, that one I'm not surprised with, because they have to walk so far. But that's what we have a medical post for, so we should be fine. We can cover 5 patients. I might come down to adding a second medical post at some point, but we'll get there, if we get there. Alan became sick. Coal mine as well. Okay, now you're claiming not covered. Oh wait, there it is. There is one spot where it'll be covered. Okay, well then that's where it goes. Let's see. Leighton recovered. Alan was working at the same coal mine. We can throw a couple people out there to take their 2 places. Although we could just shut those off too. I mean, we have a lot. And here's the new crack that's oozing, so we want to, of course, build on that. Energy and gas extractor. There we go. Although, they're going to go out there and work on it during the wind, which isn't going to be great, but it's okay. Cafe's completed, so let's double check. Yes, good. And let's delete this one. Alan recovered as well. And so, this is kind of my thought here of, okay, what do we do with these domes? How do we arrange things under them to make them more useful? These are such small domes, unfortunately, that we can't do the same kind of tricks as we are with this, but you know, we'll figure it out. I think let's delete this one now. Yeah. Delete this one. Push those people over there. We can work on another house then, another shelter. Until we run out of gears, which is going to be close. It's going to be soon. We can't get any more in here because of that mountain, unfortunately. We talked about putting one here. That'll be fine. We could do this, but I think we're better off mirroring this way and putting it in like that. Because we can also put one out here. Just a moment here. And then also one over here if I just rearrange that road a little bit. And that'll be good. So let's do this like that. Yeah, let's just shut this mine down. Gas extractor's done here. Liana, Adonis.
I love my job.
Sorry. You love your job, but it got you sick. Sorry about that. They're just too far away. I shouldn't have kept that one going. That's my fault.
I'm just a constructor.
Oh, and these are constructors that got sick too. Yeah, that's because I shouldn't have done this either yet. But those cracks only last so long. Oh, we all recovered already. That's good. Plus, we only have 0.2 days, so kind of who cares. Shelter finished. Good. This one will have to wait, of course, till we remove that. Let's do this. Liliana recovered. And Adonis recovered. And Andy recovered. So we should be clean now. Yep, there it goes. Slow down for a moment. Let's pause this building. Let's fire this one back up. Full staff. We have almost 5,000 coal. We can keep this one going. I'm going to turn off the oxygen, though. But if we need those 6 people, we can pull them to work them someplace else. Let's do some scavenging. Yes, all of these and all of those. Let's get that thing emptied out. We're still mining 4 stone. Oh, I kept that going. Oopsie. Turn that oxygen off there, too. Again, just saving some juice, although we actually don't need to. Leave it on, then. So we're at 17, and we're currently earning 24, so we could actually turn something else on. We definitely don't need that. Water is doing good. It's going up. We might want some more fish, because it looks like they ate some of our canned fish, and they're barely maintaining on the potatoes. So we could turn one of these on to get some more fish going. And then we need to get back to gears, too. Almost forgot about gears. Where else are gears nearby? Here? That'll work. Gears, please. I think we were also collecting the brick from out here. Let's do that, too. Here are all these alerts. Go back up to medium speed. And let's just keep working on these new shelters, I think. I can delete another one. And I think I'm going to actually shut this dome down. For now, just take the person out. But that one's covered by that dome. This is covered by this dome. So we need to move our research center to a new spot. Possibly protected by a new dome or a different dome. And I think, yeah, we'll clean some of these roads up. The spaghetti network of roads that I created here, that's a mess. If I did that... Plus, I don't even know what the heck I was doing there. I think we can do better. But I think it might make sense to do, as I suggested earlier, and take these trees and put them by these other sites. I think that makes the best sense, where we're going to be mining things originally. Now, of course, we have this one here, but it needs to be moved. And I think that makes sense. Sadly, you use a lot of water, but we can pump all the water out of this infinite lake we want, right? Do we really need all this stone coming in? No, probably not. Let's turn that off. We've got a ridiculous amount of stone. We could put up more storage, though, I suppose. I guess that doesn't hurt. Now that we know where this puzzle piece fits in, we can put storage in kind of around it or akin to it here. Let's do like that one, I think. And then I'll put a road in here. Abandoned apartment, exhausted on plastic. Okay. Nope, not there. I missed. Why did that... Oh, new crack is oozing. Okay, pause for a minute then. So you can stop stealing the controls from me. Thank you. Go to there and there. This one, so we exhausted the plastic there. I think there was plastic down here too. Yeah, let's get that going. 2, because we are using the plastic for the tailor here. We can probably turn that off. Although, again, do we need to? If we don't need to, then why bother? And since we're earning 24, we might as well spend 24. So any of these off-site things, like that one, that are this one, we're only at 18 still. Let's build this thing here for the crack. We're not currently mining coal out there. I don't think we need it. Don't know that you're going to need an oxygen, but again, do we need it? So I'm just going to let this one kind of fall down to the 80% while we're still using it, and then hopefully by then we'll have something designed. But in fact, I might want to have one of these ready to go. I mean, we may have to turn the oxygen on in the research center briefly for different things. But I think that's okay too. You don't work during drought, right? Yeah, we got a drought coming up. So we need coal for that too. So it's not like it'll be nothing. Let's see. Cracks, oozing, storage. You're done with brick now too? We're good with brick. I don't need to collect more brick. I don't think. We have 300, so I think that's probably fine. Metal deposit out there. You could scavenge that Kevlar just to scavenge it. There's also metal planks out here. That couldn't hurt either. I think we were doing metal planks someplace, weren't we? Here, maybe? No, actually, we're not. Oh, we were doing them here. Yeah. Oh, there's Kevlar out there, too. Bus graveyard, exhausted gears. Okay. Let's look at the gears again. Maybe work this bus, then. Let's build a couple more shelters. Although, at some point, we're going to get the duplex unlocked. I don't know when that comes. Whenever we have 1900. That's going to be... Oh, and it costs Kevlar, too. Oof. Yeah, that's going to be a little while, yeah. Alright, so let's do this here. Oops, I had it right the first time. Which is going to destroy part of that road, which is actually really fine, because I don't like how that road is anyway. Let's do that road just like this instead. And then we can do a road this way, too. So I think maybe with the research center, the best thing to do would be to like put it out here next to this, or I don't know if that'll cover this coal mine, but with a dome. But put it out here next to the quarry, or put it right here next to the metal processing. That way we can cover it with a tree. I just wish that I had a tree that I could, work with. Dash died of old age at a water purifier. Can I click on? No. That's one thing I would like to see, is to be able to click on the water purifier, click on the thing to put the person, to replace the person. Let's destroy this. Crack under the sea. What about those abilities I was talking about? The safety ones for the beacon. Did I miss it? Or are they way buried in here someplace? Strong signal towers, safety training. Here's a safety training one. It might have been those two, actually. So if that's the case, then we've got a long way to go before we can unlock those things to be safe for a medium excursion. We could do this cemetery, though. The issue with this is I don't like to do the some of these things early, because then the game sometimes want you to do it, but then on the other hand, maybe it won't matter. Do we have like a school or something? Because I remember also seeing something about education level. Playground. Oh, there it is. School. Let's do the cemetery anyway. I see dead people. Okay. That would be under community? Good guess, Wally. Good guess. And I'm guessing also that this doesn't need workers. I could be wrong on that, but we'll put it out here and see what happens. We have 4 builders, so that's fine. We finished these 2 shelters. That's good. Let's delete some of these garbage roads that I have here. Like that. This space could be good for more storage, maybe. I think we're safe to build a couple more shelters, too. Not that one yet, not this one yet, though. Let's do this one. Then we'll have another one here, and then we'll have one in here and maybe a couple out here. Probably at least 2, maybe 3. That's a pretty tight community. If this rock wasn't here, we could have done another one in there, at least 2, but that's a pretty tight build, I think. Could it be better? Sure. Easily, I'm sure. Somebody's probably got some optimal designs available somewhere on the internet. Yeah, there's gears there too, so we'll probably scavenge these after we finish up one of the other ones. Yeah, I think we'll just build a new research center out here. Oh, no, new task. Well, let's wait and see what that is first. Drought is coming. Lakes and rivers will dry up, so collect fishing water. Yes, good. We need another fishing dock, though, so I guess we need to build that out here. Not that we're going to necessarily use it, but... let's have one square right there that'll fit in. And then we have another one right here we can do of either one, whenever we want. And I'll put a road out there too. You to there. Achievement unlocked. 1K water. Oh, nice. That was a Steam achievement, by the way. Do that. We're producing water. We're producing fish. That should be fine. Oh, yeah. Research center. And here, the good thing is it's the same depth as the metal is. So it kind of fits well, like that. Then we can put the tree kind of behind-ish it, and then we can go from there. With whatever else we want to put around it. We'll figure it out. Okay, I'm going to let this one fall off for a while. Oh, this research center is covered by that tree right now, too, so this one can go away whenever we want it to. Generator shed exhausted of gears. Let's grab these gears then, too. And Bengt was born. Not sure if that's a name in some native language or whatever that I'm not aware of. If it's your language, by all means, tell me. And an apartment, item exhausted. Oh, yeah, it's gone. So that was metal planks. I'd say we can send some folks out here to do the same. We're still gathering plastic someplace, right? Yeah, here. Once that's gone, maybe we'll switch the plastic folks up there too. There's metal planks there too. That'd be it's a 2-person job. We do have more people now since So I think you. Yeah, I think we can actually remove this tree now. Let's just go ahead and do it. And you're still covered. Good. So let's build a new tree. There with our cedar. And let's build it. Oopsie. Let's build it so that the metal shop is just barely covered. Like this. And then kind of just see what happens. We'll assign a new worker here, of course, and we'll get that upgrading soon. Cemetery. Yeah, the dead. So I guess this is those people who die from now on, which the only people we've had really dying are people who are dying from old age and things, so. Ah, well done. Good, thank you. Let's clear this all. Yeah. Which, I mean, if you're going to have a colony simulator like this, you're going to have people die of old age. So it's fine. Just hopefully you don't have them dying from other things. We had already been gathering from here, too. Abandoned apartment, plastic, that's gone. Okay. Then let's put the plastic folks to work up here. And we do have a couple of folks here, so let's do that. Metal plank. And we can build a couple more shelters over here. We can also destroy some of these shelters we have. Let's keep that offline for right now. Let's do some destruction of shelters here. So we can maybe move this tree out too. None of these have workers in them, so we don't need to protect them. Potentially, though, that tree could stay there also. But we need to get rid of that shelter first. Okay, let's do shelter, housing, shelter. There we are. Here, please. Although I wonder if I shifted these over by 2 tiles there, that puts this one here then. They give me enough space for a third one? It does. So we're going to do a little bit of zigzag so we can get... Oh, wow. We can get one more shelter in here. And then we can, of course, snake a road through between the two and... This-ish. That's good. I like that idea. Even though it's not a straight road, it's still better. So ferret dead of old age. Worked on today with our cedar, so we have to fix this one now. And there we go. Nice. So now we have a memorial place for them. Is there anything to say? Yeah, it just tells you the same thing that we saw. Aircraft wreck, exhausted of Kevlar. We figured that was going to happen. I don't really feel the need to gather more Kevlar someplace else. So we'll wait on that. Gas extractor, we can do that. So we actually have too many people now to some extent. Just because we don't have... I mean, we have a lot of people do building, which is not a bad idea since we're doing a lot of building, but we're not actually using a lot of our resources. Which is also not really a bad deal. Construction completed on shelter. Good. We can take this one down then. We can take this worker out then too. Oh, new location discovered. Riverside Village. That's here. That is a low risk. 5 people, 25 food, 151 water. We are coming into a drought. So I think I will wait until after the drought is over with to send them there. We'll just let them keep scanning for right now. The drought is a half day away, so I think that's the smart thing to do. But who knows? Let's delete this. Force those people over to there. And then, yeah, this cedar can be decommissioned then. And actually, we could decommission it now. Let's put another one out here then, I think, to help protect. Oh, 8,000 energy stored. Nice. It didn't stay there, but that's another Steam achievement. Wait, not energy. Tree. Actually, I don't know how I want to lay this one out, though. Because that's probably dumb. This might be okay, but I don't know how much space to give on that side of the road versus how much space to give in this side of that mountain. So this one's not going to be that easy to lay out. It also might not hurt to have one on hand, so we can kind of do this and see where the things go. So maybe I'll wait. We could see about building a new signal tower, possibly in this area. Is that technology? We can only have one. Okay, well then we gotta shut that one down to do the other one. How about this tailor then? Resources? No. Oh, here it is. Yeah, so this one could go out here somehow, someplace, some way, or here. Either one would be happy, but not out here, which is fine. We're heated up now. Drought started. Building by other lakes and rivers stopped working. So we now are only producing 9 rather energy per hour. So we want to shut some of these things off, which we want to do anyway because we're not getting any benefit from any of these anyway. You go away. You go away. Go away. I don't think we even turned this one. Yeah, we never even staffed that one up. We built it just for the game to be happy with it. We're down to 10, so we're actually almost breaking even already. These can stay the way they are. That's fine. So I think we're fine, actually. Consuming 1 coal per hour is not a big deal, I don't think, for 2 days. Let's look at also then... Actually, we should put the metalworks down here. That's logical. Let's build a lighted tree. Okay, that means we've got to unlock it. That's not in there. That's in here. That is... Where? Did I miss it? Oh, here it is. Yep, I missed it. So this is going to be another decoration that works the same as that. That could potentially get put out here in this domed area for the same reason as we were putting the other stuff in the dome area. It could also get put elsewhere too, including like in one of these spots. I like the idea of putting them under the domes because then we have... Oh, wait a minute. I might actually be able to use this tree here after all. If I did something like this... I could make it there where it's basically not overlapping. Or I could make it up here where it's overlapping with... Not quite overlapping with that. But we could put then other things in this area. The problem is, again, that stupid rock. But then... What can go on that side? Can I do, like, a shelter on that side? Or on the side of the road? No. I mean, yeah, no. What about... Taylor's too big for that by a large margin. We could have medical posts in there. No, they won't fit either. By what? Like, oh, 2 tiles. Okay. Doesn't mean that we couldn't put one like here though, or something else in this area. I probably will just have to face it that these cedar trees are not really big enough for much. But my thought is, with this decoration, this lighted tree, is to cover a different area than this. I don't know whether that's necessary or not, but to cover a different area than the star is covering. And one area that's underserved is going to be this area here. Although you don't indicate whether you're covered or not. Sadly, it's just a little bit too big for this. Although, the star wouldn't be, I don't think. Oh yeah, it is. Okay, that's a bummer. So we could move the star and put the tree down here. Although the tree won't fit in that space, so never that mind. Although we could just make the lighted tree not be under the dome, a dome either. Or it could be under this dome. If we put the one out here, it could be under this dome. Wherever we decide to place that one. So that's another idea too. There's just not that many people out here, so I have to walk that far. I kind of like the idea of having them down here in the work areas. So it might be, this might be the best area. One of these two. Probably this one because it's further separated from that overlap. But then maybe eventually we do move the star over this way somewhere so that it's under this dome, but also so that it's, you know, separated more from this one. Curious. I was looking at the metalworks, and that would fit in either of these two slots. So we could put the tailor and the metalworks down here. Maybe the metalworks like here. Tailor on this side. And then we could put that, because you're going to cover this much. We could put that decoration tree here, although it doesn't quite fit. It's too big. And I don't know that everyone would be protected under it, but that's an option too. We could shift either the metalworks over by 2. Yeah, that would work. Or the tailor over by 2. Probably the metalworks, because I could potentially use this space for something. Yeah, let's do the tailor here. Let's do the metalworks here. I think I'll turn it that way. 1, 2. And then put that lighted tree right in there. Like that. And then whatever this is actually covering of that lighted trees, you know, usable area, it's covering. It's going to be a fair amount of it, so it might be okay. We'll see. This will be the highest priority of those, and let's delete this one, since we don't need it here anymore, for sure. Let's do it. Everybody go to work. We could shut off, by the way, this tree, this tree, this tree, to save water. This one I want to keep going because we're working on it, but the other ones, we don't need to have them going yet, so they can do their thing. We have 35 workers right now because I pulled all those people out. Aircraft wreck, exhausted a metal plank, and that means the aircraft is gone. Good. You want to gather some of this stuff then, maybe? Maybe. We already got rid of the canned fish there. Lighted tree is good. And we just need to produce or gather metal. We aren't gathering any metal right now, so we should probably just do that instead. Here and there. What's the best one to do? Maybe that one, given its sort of proximity. No, these over here maybe. Oh yes, this one. We talked about this one actually. And let's do this one too. We'll do them both. Since we have so many people. That'll give me 90 and 90, so that'll last for a little. But it'll get us well past that. And I just noticed the time too. We are way over time. Oops. So let's leave this here and let me know your thoughts on how this is working, If you have any other suggestions on how to lay some of these things out and anything else, and we will, that went fast. What was that? I don't know what that was. Let me know your thoughts and anything else with this, and we'll be back again with another episode on in a couple days, I think, probably. And we'll continue advancing, continue unlocking things, maybe do a little bit of that exploration. Once this drought's over with, we'll do a little bit after the drought's over with, and we'll see what comes next as far as the story in the game and the challenges in the game. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.